if you've been following me on Instagram or Facebook this week, which I know many of you have, you'll see that I've been talking a lot about composition, especially the frame in a frame technique, which was the main subject of one of my latest YouTube videos. So I've been talking a lot about composition. So that's why I wanted to continue the conversation here with all of you, just to look a little bit deeper into some of my ideas about composition, my mindset when I think about composition and how that informs my photography. But then also, of course, to look at your photos and to give you some advice on the photos that you've sent through to me. So I've got your photos from Johnny, Ken, Mark, and Francis to look at, and we'll look at yours after you've done all your editing,
Okay.
which I feel might be a lot from what you've told us.
Yeah.
Okay, so just jumping straight into it, I know with many of you, I've talked about what I think are the three main elements of every great photograph, and you'll have heard me say this quite a few times now. Light, composition, and moments are those three fundamental principles of a great photograph. But what we're talking about today, what we're really focusing in on today in this community webinar is composition. And like I just mentioned, frame in a frame is something that I've been talking a lot about this week on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and been getting a lot of reaction actually towards this. And people have been sending me through pictures on various social media and in the WhatsApp groups that we have. And really, I wanted to talk about this technique first because it's one of the arguably the most simple ways in which you can start to elevate your compositions. And that's what it's all about, is trying to think of creative ways in which we can improve our compositions. Because I feel that many photographs that I see by amateur photographers online, they lack that imagination in their compositions. And I think good composition comes down to that imagination and that creativity that the individual photographer has. So it's about introducing some of these tricks, some of these techniques that you can employ when you're out taking photographs in order to just elevate your photos and make them just a little bit more visually interesting. Because I feel composition is really the goal of composition is to draw your viewer into your photograph. It's by using those composition techniques in order to make an impactful single image that draws your viewer into the image and the subject and the story that you're trying to tell. And that's what I try to do with my photos. I try to make sure the composition is as interesting as possible to draw people in to my photos. So the first tip, I've got three main tips that I just want to talk about because composition is a huge subject and we could go down a rabbit hole for hours about it. But just for the sake of today's Mentee webinar, I've narrowed it down to just three ideas that I want to give you and for you to take away. And the first one, which I think is really important, is about changing your perspective. So this first point is all about this. It's about changing your perspective and about not always taking the photograph from eye level, kind of in the horizontal kind of plane looking outwards. To create more interesting compositions, the simplest thing that you could do is start to look in different directions when you're taking pictures. So first, looking down, like in these images, especially the image on the left, where I took a picture of this man sleeping, again in Jakarta, looking directly down. And when you change your perspective like this, especially when you're looking down, you start to see these shapes and patterns develop. Whether it's the blanket on the ground, or whether on the right-hand image, it's just the patterns in the floor that surround that lady's feet in Japan. So again, the simple act of changing your position of your camera, whether it's just standing and tilting your camera downwards, or whether it's getting an elevated position, walking up some stairs, looking downwards to take your pictures. This can dramatically start to improve your compositions. And the same, the opposite of looking down. How often are you looking up? How often are you getting your camera low, pointing it upwards, and using that perspective to create pictures? So in the image on the left, I'm literally looking up, photographing those birds. The image on the right, again, I'm getting my camera low and tilting it upwards to get that perspective looking up. And that helps create a much more interesting composition where you can start to play with things like the buildings, the landscapes. You can frame people, you can create silhouettes, shoot into the sun. Again, it's all about creating that different perspective. Now, the second point that I'd like to introduce, and again, it's one that you might have seen a few times in some of my images, is about shooting through objects. This is another great way to start to improve your compositions. Shooting through things such as foliage on trees, vegetation, then also shooting through frames, which I'll come on to in a second. So here are a couple of examples of shooting through foliage. This is a picture I took in Tuvalu in the South Pacific. And you can see that by shooting through the foliage like this, I'm creating these layers in the composition. So you have the foreground of the branches and the tree trunk, but actually the center of your attention is that person on the boat fishing in the background. But I've used the foliage to create that interesting composition. I'm shooting through the foliage to make it more interesting. Tell us a little bit about, well, these two photos to begin with and what you were trying to do with the composition.
Thanks, Sean. So these are both taken on the island of Phuket in Thailand. And the one on the left is temples. And I just happened to see these two girls. I didn't know them, but the one in the foreground was taking a photograph of her friend in the background. And I just thought that's creating depth and interest, and I shot it. So that's a story with the one on the left. And the one on the right, that couple came up to me completely independently, and I had my camera with me, and they said, could I shoot them with my camera, that is, because I said yes, and they just got married, and I just saw that swing, and as they were walking away, I thought that looks okay. And of course, nowadays I have Sean everywhere I go sits on my shoulder, and I can hear his voice in my ear saying, "Wow, get a picture of the frame through the frame and make it more interesting." So that's what I tried to do with that one, Sean. And it was because of you encouraging us to use frames and frames, and I just saw that and I thought that'll do.
Well, I know we looked at this on your last Mentee call, Johnny, so I've seen these pictures before, but the one on the right-hand side, when I first saw it, I was so happy because I knew that you'd been obviously seeing my posts and, listening to the things that I've been saying about framing a frame and lines and shapes. And for me, the one on the right, I really like. It really encapsulates that idea really, really well. And the fact that you saw that, identified it in the moment, and you captured it, I think that image is really, really nice.
Thank you.
And the image on the left is nice as well. We talked about this image before as well. A nice candid moment. Composition is good. You've got the foreground, the lady with the umbrella. You've got the middle ground with the lady with her arms up. And then you've got that lovely background. So it's a nice layered composition. You've got the two ladies are separated in the frame nicely. So again, it's just a very nicely balanced image in that. And so again, we've talked about this, your compositions and your recognition of moments are already starting to get better and more clear in your images.